Hola clase, estoy señor soy y hoy vamos a aprender de los tres formas muy importantes de español: the preterite, the present, and the imperfect. Now, these are the three most basic ones that usually we start out with. For example, in every Spanish 1 class we learn the present. So it's only applicable that at the beginning of our Spanish career here we learn about the present. So for AR verbs like gustar, we use the endings o, as, a, amos, and an. So how would a verb like gustar conjugate? It would go gusto, gustas, gusta, gustamos, and gustan. Now, if it were an EIR verb like comer, then it would be como, comes, come, comen, comemos, comen. It's important to remember the distinction between the AR verbs and the ER and IR verbs because it's applicable to almost any other application in Spanish. Now, usually the second thing you learn is the preterite. Now, there are some irregulars in all of these forms, but first we'll just start out with getting the basic, normal, regular verbs. So, for the preterite, if it's an AR verb, you use the endings e, aste, o, amos, aron. And if it's an ER or IR verb, use I, iste, io, imos, ieron. Now, say we have a verb like comer. We would use comí, comiste, comió, comió, comimos, comieron. But if we had an AR verb like hablar, we would have hablé, hablaste, habló, hablamos, hablaron. Now, the next form you usually learn is probably the easiest one and the one I had the most fun learning in Spanish. It's the imperfect. So, now we have some irregulars like ir that goes iba, ibas, iba, ibamos, iban. But most of the regular ones like hablar are hablaba, hablas, habla, hablaba, hablas, hablaba, hablabamos, hablaban. That's a mouthful, huh? And then you have an ER verb like comer, and that would conjugate to comía, comías, comía, comíamos, comían. In my opinion, it's a lot easier to say the imperfect one. But with these three basic verb tenses, you'll be able to master the basics of the language. And by dividing the ER and the IR verbs, you'll really be able to keep track and set yourself to learn more complex verbs, such as the imperfect subjunctive or the future and conditional tenses. So, tag along for the next video if you want to learn more about Espanol. Adios!